chat. That's right, me. Management needed me to do something. They needed me to get a passport. And so I had been like awkward about it. I'm an overthinker, right? So like I'm looking at the stuff to get a passport, right? And I'm like, okay, I need this type of ID, this type of ID. I lost some important documents while moving. Now that I'm back with my parents had some of the documents. They gave me the one document and I was like, okay, I'll find a spot for this. And this was like right after I moved. So I had no spot for that. I had no spot for that. So I just kind of shoved it in one of my bags. Now, I went and I checked all of my bags and I could not find it. So that was a bit of a problem because I needed that for my passport. I order a new one of those documents, get it like quick shipping and everything. I had to go get like a notary and it was like a whole pain in the ass. I get the documents that I need and I'm like freaking out. Sakana is like, do I need to send somebody out to help you? And I'm like, no, I can do it. I'm a grown up. I can get done what I need to get done. Yeah, can you send somebody out? I cracked immediately, chat. Sakana sends Muumi out to me. And I'm like freaking out about this and that. I'm like, Muumi, we gotta go here and I gotta get this temporary thing. And then we gotta get like this done and that done. And Muumi's like, calm down. Muumi takes me around, helping me sort out a bunch of stuff, helping me compile the documents that I need. And then we both fly out to a passport agency. And immediately when we get there, she's like, do you have the proof of travel? And I'm like, so yeah, I'm kind of incompetent. So Muumi takes me to fucking Walgreens and we get that shit printed out. We go to like the passport agency and stuff and I'm like freaking out and like nonstop. I'm like, we should get there like an hour early. And she's like, why would we get there an hour early? And I'm like, because like what if like security is really long and stuff? And she's like, it's not gonna be that long. We go in and everything's fine. And everybody's so polite and stuff. And everybody's so helpful. And I'm at like the window talking to the nice passport agency person. So my birth certificate has like different names than it should have for some parts. And I'm like, what do I do about this? So I printed out, just to be safe, 2 versions of my passport application. One with the names that it should have, and one with the names that it does have. And I just went with the ones that it has on the birth certificate, right? I'm at the window, and she asked me, what are you going to Japan for? And I'm like, hanging out with friends. Cause I'm scared! I paused for like a solid minute, chat! I paused for a solid minute! I was so scared that if I said business, that they'd be like, do you have a visa for that? I'm like freaking out and I like asked Muumi about this ahead of time and stuff and she was like, you could say business, it's fine. And I'm just like the window and I'm like freaking out, chat! I'm freaking out! So anyways, Muumi had to answer a bunch of questions for me everywhere we went. That woman is a saint. Muumi is a saint. Muumi is so very, very chill. I'm very grateful for Muumi's help and how chill she is. It was a lot of fun running around that city with her. Yeah, seriously. Actual Tartar Wrangler, yeah. I'm very grateful for Face Connect management. Cause holy shit. Badge, thank you. Did you just want to go on a date with Muumi? Oh my god. I did have a great time with Muumi. While we were in that city, she was like, oh, well, is there anything you want to do while we're here? And I was like, oh, let's go check out some like antique bookshops. I asked the lady at the counter, I was like, hi, do you have any vintage books or signed copies or anything like that? And she's like, oh yeah, we got signed copies everywhere. You just gotta look for them. Glad to know you're passionate about your job, bitch! You're so helpful! That's so helpful! Thank you! Thank you for your service, ma'am! Yeah, so I was on the hunt for like just something different, something to like actually hang on to as like a souvenir from the city. So that bookstore was a bust. And in between these bookshops, I'm like dragging Muumi into pet stores. I'm like, look at that! And she's like, yeah, that's neat. And we go to the bookstore. on like it was a pretty cool bookstore. It was like I don't know if I should say too much about it, but it's not like a really ritzy side of the town, which I did not expect. We were like walking past like brand name stores, which I've never actually seen a store like that in person, so it was really cool. I didn't go inside any of them because I don't care that much, but it's like a fun little novelty of like, oh look, there's Gucci, oh Dior, oh Louis Vuitton. Like that's so cool, right? So we're like walking through there, and then we get there. I'm like, hey, do you know where the bookstore is? And she's like, the fucking security lady, she's like, yeah, they're closed until the 8th. Can you put that on your fucking website then? Oh my fucking god. So by this point, I'm like kind of pissed off, right? I'm kind of pissed off. You would think in like a city that big that you would find exactly what you're looking for. And it would be like immediately available because it's a fucking city. Muumi's like, oh, well, how about we call the other place and see if we can get an appointment? And I'm like, okay. And so I call them and the lady's like, oh, yeah, hi, I'm here. You can just walk right in. We opened like 3 hours ago. And I'm losing my fucking mind because I was there like fucking 4 hours ago, right? I was there like 3.5 hours ago, okay? I tried that shit. Like, literally, like, less than a fucking hour before she got back in the store. Ah! Me and Muumi were riding around on these scooters, and we didn't really know, like, what the etiquette was for the scooters, and it said not to ride them on the sidewalk, so we were, like, trying to ride them on the road and stuff. And some guy came up, and he was like, oh, yeah, it's fine if you ride them on the sidewalk, just, like, ride them really slow, and then he fist bumped Muumi. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. I thought I was in the Twilight Zone, man. It was so weird. It was so weird. Everybody was so nice. It was so weird. Basically when it comes to anything like leaving the house, I just fall apart so easily. I'm one of those people where I'll make a plan to go do something, right? And I'll like walk out the door and I'll just like convince myself that like I'm gonna get stabbed and I'll fucking walk right back inside. I have so many things to talk about when it comes to the passport shit, man. I called the passport lady the like telephone line for it, right? And I was like, I stumbled over my words and I said expedited instead of expedited. And the lady on the phone gave me like this like very judgmental tone. She was like, we do expedited services here. Is that what you mean? And I just like died a little more inside. And then she was like, oh yeah, you have to call back in 2 days. And I was like, God. You spoke to the passport lady. Yes, Jane Passport.
Everybody, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Low Effort Clips. That's right, Low Effort Clips. Right here on YouTube.com. Yeah, and hit the notification bell. Yeah.